G'day everyone and welcome to episode 544 of Aussie Tech Heads, 27th of July 2017. How you doing? It is brought to you by adhwebhosting.com.au, as you would have heard on the little ad that I've done before the show. So you fast forwarding through that yet? I bet yous are. Also, don't forget you can join us on Facebook, and please like us at facebook.com/Aussie Tech Heads and youtube.com/Aussie Tech Heads. And don't forget the Aussie Tech Radio. If you need instructions on what to do, it's pretty simple. Go to the AussieTechRadio.com, or you can just download the TuneIn Radio app on any platform just about, and search for Aussie Tech Radio. You can search for Aussie Tech Heads there as well if you want to listen to the podcast from that platform, or you can listen to the podcast on Spotify. Give us a tweet at Aussie Tech Heads or at Glenn Goodman, and Aussie Mac Zone, Obsidian Loft, Old Fuck Geeks, Aussie Tech Security are other shows on the network. There's two particular shows there that need a new episode pretty soon, but we'll get on to that. I am joined tonight, this week, by Jace. Now, Jace won't be doing much talking this week. It's going to be a pretty quick show, I think. He's feeling a bit... Are you feeling poorly, Jace, or just a coffee cough?
Got the dreaded lurgy, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's no good at all. But
I had to take my daughter to hospital the other morning at 2 a.m. because she was sick as well. I've been sick since Saturday, and she got it really hit her hard on Tuesday morning. And I got checked up there, and I was vomiting while I was there and stuff. So,
oh dear, that is pretty bad.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully, can you keep that in New South Wales, please? We don't want
no
that.
worries. Glad to help out.
Yeah, yes. Well, I went to Sydney just last weekend. I just went down for a seminar, a managed services seminar down in Sydney.
How'd that go?
Yeah, it was quite good. It was just about what it's all about, how to grow it as a business, and so forth. And it looks pretty good. I want to try and implement a couple of things, and offer some of those managed services. So what that is that I can say I'll put a little bit of software on your computer, and it will talk back to my software, and I can tell if you haven't ran your antivirus or your backups or whatever, if there's a problem with the PC, if the disk is running out of space, if Smart's reporting an error, and just loads of other stuff. So it's all about being more proactive rather than reactive. So that's what it's all about. So I'm going to align that with the web hosting, so it's in the same sort of field, I think. So we'll see how that goes anyway.
Sounds cool.
Yes, yeah. So I flew down. I'll tell you, it is getting a bit cheaper these days to fly. I think the plane, it was about $100 each way, which
nice.
you can't really say no to that, can you? Well, that's
Not
pretty
when you
good.
can write it off.
No, well, that's right. That's exactly right. And stayed down there, went and saw Michael from the Aussie Mac Zone, and stayed there. He's out at Penrith Way. And look, to be honest, I thought it was a bit colder on the Gold Coast in the mornings, you know. I was colder up here when I come back home. But anyway, that's just how it goes.
Glad to be back, though.
Oh, yeah, always glad to be back, you know. It's just when you go away, like it was only really for one day that I was there, right? Well, purposely for one whole day. And, you sort of start travelling on the Sunday and you finish travelling Tuesday night. And you always, nothing better than your own bed, is there?
Exactly.
But it was good. It was good. Look, let's start off with a story about Microsoft Paint. Now, did we all like and love Microsoft Paint? I know I've used it. I bet
it was okay, but I prefer paint.net.
Oh, okay. But you would have used Paint. Obviously, you would have.
Oh, yeah. A lot of times, especially when doing troubleshooting on computers, you need to take a screenshot of something and then email somewhere or something like that. It's very handy.
That's right. That's what we had to do in the old days, wasn't it? Because you paste it from the clipboard to Paint because there's nowhere else to paste it to.
Yep.
So, but surprisingly, Paint is 32 years old. So it's been hanging around for a while. But what the story's all about is Microsoft is going to ditch it from its Windows 10 updates. I know. And so the world nearly collapsed because we all thought, as this story was emerging, it was thought that Paint had been killed off. But no, it hasn't. It just won't be part of Windows anymore. You'll have to download it separately. But that's okay. I can handle that. I've got a little picture of a Paint somewhere.
But instead you get Paint 3D, which does same sort of stuff plus 3D stuff.
Yeah, so that's all good. It's new and improved. Paint was in Microsoft Windows 1. So that's what makes it 32 years old. Look,
Right.
I don't even remember Windows 1. Did
No, I'm not even 32 years old myself, so how could I remember that?
Well, there you go. But look, Windows 1, I remember Windows 2.0, 2.1, 2.11, Windows 3, I think. Was there a Windows 3?
Yep.
2.11, Windows 3, and then it went to like 95.
No, 3.1, 3.11 was work groups
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's
that
right.
added in interneting and networking.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, so what else have we got here? It says that was launched in 1985. Oh, Windows 1 program, the company launched in 1985 and it's been a staple of the system for years. So Paint allows users to dream of being the digital Leonardo, blah, 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 Outlook Express and Reader are two of the other items that Microsoft is removing from the software update. I'm not sure that I know what Reader is.
Hmm.
I'll have to punch that in and have a look. The company's mail app has been essentially replaced by Outlook. Has replaced Outlook Express. I'm not a fan of the mail app. I don't know if you've used it, Jace, but I think it's wrong. I can't.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's improved like recently, but I've tried to use it in the past when Windows 10 first sort of arrived, and it just wouldn't work. I just couldn't get
The
it.
only reader I've got that came with the computer is reads PDF files and stuff like
Well,
that.
that must be what it is.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the
I
readers.
use Foxit much better.
Yes, I'm a Foxit fan. It's nice and light, isn't it? And you get the PDF printer as well.
And you
So,
don't get an Adobe update every 5 minutes saying somebody found another way to hack it. Somebody found another way
yeah,
to hack it.
that's right. When Adobe acquired Flash in 2005, what's this? Oh, I think I've gone into another story. What's happened there? I've pasted into the wrong place.
Well done, son.
Oh yeah, thanks. But we'll go on to that one because that's what else is coming
That
to.
was our Adobe segue. We were talking about Adobe Reader and now
That's right.
Adobe Flash.
That's right. Quick as a flash, we're on to Flash. Now, Adobe acquired Flash in 2005 when it purchased Macromedia. I think Macromedia sort of come to the fore and well known for Dreamweaver, I think, wasn't it? That was its probably one of its best.
Yep, and Shockwave and
That's
Flash.
in, yeah,
A lot
Cold
of my friends
Fusion.
worked there, and at the time they were doing these little mobile flash things that weren't very good for like Motorola A1000 and device that I had and a couple others, and the flash was really clunky and slow and bloated. Nobody ever used it.
Mm.
Which is one of the reasons why Steve Jobs said he'll never have flash on the iPhone because it slows down the device and crashes it, and people complain about that happening on the Mac when it's not the Mac's fault. And the friend of mine who worked there at Macromedia was saying, we have to make this mobile is the future. This is going to be huge. And they were all like, no, 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 desktop is where it's at. Don't just give them the crappy version on the mobile, and everyone will stick to desktop because it's the best. And then suddenly iPhone took off,
Mm.
and what happened to Flash?
Dead.
Dead.
Well, it's dead now. It will be
Yeah.
dead pretty soon, completely. It was in late 2010 when Steve Jobs criticised Flash's reliability.
Yep.
Other technologies have since overtaken. HTML5 has emerged as an alternative. Even so, in the past year, several web browsers have begun to require users to enable Flash before running it. So, like even I think Chrome, if you go to a site where it's got a bit of Flash on it, it just won't show the Flash content, and you got to go up the top and click on the button, and it says run Flash on this page or something.
Yeah,
And
kind of like Java because they're so riddled with security problems.
yeah, so that's yeah. I think it says that we're Adobe along with partners Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, Google, Facebook, Mozilla said support for Flash will ramp down across the internet in phases over the next 3 years. And after 2020, Adobe will stop releasing updates for Flash, and web browsers will no longer support it. The
And
companies are
nobody cared.
no, well, I don't really care. I think it's a bit of a hog anyway. I think there's probably a lot of things out there that'll need to redo what they're doing, because they're all Flash
All
based.
those web pages that have a Flash starter screen or are written in Flash, which a lot of people didn't use because if your website wasn't able to be indexed by Google, then it didn't exist, and Flash can't be indexed by Google. So therefore, a lot of people refuse to use it on their sites. But other people are like, oh no, let's make our whole site
Hmm.
in Flash. And Google's like, well, here's a link to the front page. It says it's a restaurant. I can't tell you much else because you'll
It's in
have to load
Flash.
it. There's no keywords. There's no links to go from. Good
Hmm.
luck.
Yeah, so it was on back in the early days, 2005. It was on 98% of PCs
And
that
it
were
ran
connected.
those banner ads lovely, didn't it?
Oh, it did, yes,
That's
and
about all it was good for. Banner
yes,
ads and games.
yes. That's right. There's some Flash games as well.
You remember
Uh,
the Abominable Snowman one where it had a penguin would drop down a mountain? You had to hit it with a bat and it'd go flying across. You had to see
oh,
how far you could hit the penguin.
oh,
Yeti
vaguely.
Olympics.
Yeah, vaguely remember that. But
Yeah. We
yeah.
had it going all throughout the office and everybody was trying to get a better amount. And then somebody would hack the Adobe Flash with extra stuff. And then you hit the penguin and all this blood would go all along the ground with it.
Nice.
And some would make it a bit easier. So when you hit it, it would go like 10 times as far, but you didn't tell your friends that you had this different version. So they're like, how did you get it to go that far? I can only get like 600 meters. You've got like 6,000 meters.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm just really good. That's all. Like, oh, you got a different version. You cheat.
I remember there was some competition. Well, this is getting off the Flash story, I guess. But there was some competition. I forget what it was. It might have been a beer ad or something competition where it was on the computer and you had to get as many things into a box or something as you
Yep.
could. It was you had to move really fast, and I went as fast as I possibly could. And I went, now I've done that really fast. I've got so many, but the top person had got so many more, and I'm thinking, oh, how does this person, go so far? I think you had to catch. Yeah, you might have had to catch something. But then I realised that what the other people, this is a while ago before the tablets and everything, but they obviously had a touch screen, and it was so much easier just to touch, and point and catch rather than
Yeah.
move the mouse and wait and go like that. But yeah, so yeah, but all these things, what
Did
I
you punch the monkey though?
punched the
That was
monkey.
a flash advertisement. Punch the monkey. It used to come up all the time.
No, I remember wasn't there some the old arcade games redone in Flash? They were
Yep. Yep.
kicking around somewhere. uh, but I don't know where. But look, there's not. Look, I was just thinking, there wasn't too many Aussie stories this week. Not too many tech stories from Australia. There was,
Nothing happening.
yeah, not much is happening. There's obviously stories, of course, but they're all boring. so,
Yeah.
so I just don't bother about them. Like this company bought this company, or MBN again. And who cares? But look, so we'll move on to like Mac. Hey,
Yep.
we love Mac. Now
Yeah.
there's a malware going around called the Fruitfly, aptly named, I reckon, because of the Apple Macs. Now, the recently uncovered malware is a variant of the Fruitfly malware that was discovered in January. It's troubling because it has the potential for spying on Mac users. So that's nasty stuff. And if you had to watch Neighbours this week, you would have known all about Macs spying on users. Just a few hundred Macs have reportedly become infected, but researchers say the malware could be used for such surveillance activities as taking webcam photos and capturing keystrokes. And I guess that's the problem when you've got a webcam in your laptop. You don't really know if it's on or not, do you?
No, that's why even Mark Zuckerberg, you have a look at photos of him with his laptop and he's got something taped across the camera
Yeah.
because even he can't trust it.
So do you think it's really a thing to worry about that someone would? I suppose he's high profile, but
Yeah, if you're high profile, sure. If you're female, definitely.
right.
If you're me or you, who's going to want to spy on us? I mean,
Well, yeah,
I'm not
exactly.
page three material, son.
No, the Fruitfly malware appears to use some outdated code, but from a time before Apple's introduction of OS X, the malware is very strange because it seems to have been around. It's been around, but it hasn't been doing much. So it's clearly a proof of concept that somebody had put out into the wild, perhaps in a limited form, or perhaps to see how it would spread. Said Michael O,
Oh,
Yeah. From Apple, an Apple partner. He's the CTO of TSP LLC. Don't you love the little acronyms or abbreviations or whatever they want to call them?
TLA's
What's that?
the three-letter acronym,
They're the ones.
which is also a TLA.
Yes. Yeah. So yes, I guess yeah. Put your camera, your little bit of paper over the camera. I suppose like Zuckerberg, I would have thought. Well, if I was going to do it, I'd probably get a bit of maybe electrical tape. It's black. Probably looks a bit
Yep.
better than a bit of paper and sticky tape.
Yeah.
But even
A lot of
like
people use Post-it note.
oh yeah. But what would you do with audio? Because obviously, if you can turn the camera on, you probably turn the microphone on too.
Moan very quietly while entertaining.
Well, yes, yes. Do you moan when you entertain?
Not anymore.
All right. What else have we got going here? Oh, now Kaspersky. They're offering a free antivirus. I know. How's that going?
That's the one that's not allowed in America anymore, isn't it?
It's something like that. Yeah, they it had links. Apparently, the US thought it might have had links to the Russian government, and we all know how paranoid they're going over there about Russians. Kaspersky is rolling out a free version of the antivirus software. It has. It was immediately available in the US, Canada, and several Asia Pacific countries, including Australia. Would launch in other regions soon. So yes, if you just Google it, there'll be a link in. Oh, they might not. I might not have put the link in the show notes. But anyway, Google Kaspersky Australia free, and you'll get it because that's what I did. So it is around. Kaspersky said the free version was not intended to replace the paid version of its antivirus, describing it as offering the bare essentials, such as email and web antivirus protection and automatic updates. But the free software would benefit all of Kaspersky's Labs customers by improving machine learning across its products. So that's probably why they've decided to do a free version. One of the reasons, anyway.
Yeah, get distributed intel.
Yes, yes. I think like another reason why these companies give it away is probably, like if you're going to use, say, AVG or Avast or whatever at home and you might have the free software on because you don't want to pay for it. But then when you get to work, you go, well, what antivirus I'm going to put on at work? I'll probably pay for it. And you'll probably go, I've got Avast at home. I'll put Avast on it at work.
Yep.
So I'd say that's what is happening there. Yeah.
So Kaspersky decided to give it away, give it away, give it away now.
That's right. And and also the data collection from all around the show that they'll be getting off the free versions. But
You'll be able to detect attacks in places you never would have had information from.
yes, yeah, that's right. So what antivirus are you running now, Jason?
Avast.
Yes. So I've turned over to Bitdefender.
Ah,
Do you like Bitdefender?
I think I may have used it once, like 10 years ago or something, but I went to AVG for quite a while now. I'm on Avast and quite happy with that one.
Yes, I've moved. I was on AVG actually. I had the little computer here I use as a server. I had a AVG on it, and I just got sick of it. It just kept popping up and annoying me.
Yeah.
So I got rid of it. Put the Bitdefender on. Nice, it's clean, it's easy. If people ask me if I'm out and about fixing their PC, I'll probably put Avast on. It's pretty quiet. But this Bitdefender's not too bad either, so I'll have a look at that. I might have a look at Kaspersky because it's got I don't know, I think it's got a fairly good name. I think they're all the same pretty much. You know, like what one, one might not pick up something this week, you'll get it the next week, but the one that picked it up this week won't get something else that week and it'll pick it up the next week, vice versa. So they're all pretty much the same. You can't really go wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah. I had a shot. Look, I went to a lot of trouble to do this graphic, so I'm going to put it up. There you go. Kaspersky free. Just to show you that I was not making it up. And that is on the video. For those on the audio, just have to imagine it. Now, where are we going to go to here? XP.
I'll go a couple if you like.
Oh, yeah, okay. Have a go.
Yeah. Before there was fake news and before there was anyone around to debunk it on the internet, there was Snopes.com. The fact-checking site started busting myths, blasting urban legends, and generally calling out bull in 1994, well before many people even got near a web browser. But here's an apparently true fact about Snopes itself. The pioneering site says it may not last much longer. In a note posted on the site this week, Snopes, which has debunked stories about everything from Bigfoot to Miranda Cosgrove to US President Donald Trump, said it was in danger of closing its doors as a result of a legal dispute with an outside vendor. Snopes is asking its readers for contributions as the dispute drags on. Originally hoping to raise 500,000 in donations, the site's had more than 582,000 in pledges at this time. Snope alleges that Proper Media, a web services provider, is withholding advertising revenue, thus starving it financially. Our legal team is fighting hard for us, but having been cut off from all revenue, we're facing the prospect of having no financial means to continue operating the site.
Yeah,
It's very sad. I always point so many people to Snopes all the time.
yeah. Well, I've just got, you can't see, but I'm just showing. I just got it up on the screen now. Yes, so I just picked a story at random. What was it? So investigation sees smashed hard drives from Republican Wasserman Schultz home? Question mark. The claim is FBI agents raided Rep. Debbie Wasserman Schultz home and sees smashed computers and hard drives. Rating false. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. So false, false, false. Oh, they got a YouTube video, featured video. Russian pranksters trick Rick Perry into phone call with Ukrainian. Oh, geez, it's all going on with Russia, isn't it? It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think what happened was Snopes was started by a husband and wife team. They had owned 50% of it each, and then they got in advertisers who took part of the share of revenue, and then the wife decided she'd had enough with the business, so she sold her shares to the advertisers, and then they've taken control of things. And the guy who started with his wife is left with the minority shares, so he's running out of the ability to do stuff.
Yeah, well, I wonder if there's a little donate button right at the top. I wonder if it tells you how much they're up to. Does, oh, yes. Yeah,
Yep.
so they were after 500,000
Yep.
and they've already got 637,000.
Nice.
Yeah, raised by 22,000 or nearly 23,000 people in 2 days. Wow, how much is that each? Say on a
Well done,
average?
everybody who donated.
Well, yes. Let me go 20
You're all legendary.
536 divided by 22,925. So they make an average donation of about $27.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, that's. Oh, look, people. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't give that much.
Even
Like,
$5.
oh yeah, here's a guy giving 100. Someone else, Robin Wallana, 715. You know, $20, 25, 50, 20, 50, 20, 10, 5.
They've got a lot more money to share than we have.
Yeah, well, I think what's the other one that asks for donations every year is that archive.org.
And
So,
Wikipedia.
yeah, Wikipedia too, yep. I don't mind giving to archive.org. I'll give them
Yeah.
$20 every year. Oh,
That's good.
it's not much, but that's where the podcasts are stored, so it's the
That's
cheap.
because you're a nice boy.
Well, you know, I think I just if that left the building, if archive.org
We'd be
died,
screwed.
well, yeah, I'd have to pay a bit more for the hosting of the actual audio.
Just
So,
a bit.
yeah,
Yeah.
just a bit. So I'm happy to chip in $20 each year. I think around Christmas that comes around.
Yeah.
All right. Have you got another one?
Sure. A US jury has indicted a Russian man as the operator of digital currency exchange he allegedly used to launder more than 4 billion US dollars for people involved in crimes ranging from computer hacking to drug trafficking.
Oh,
Alexander Vinnik was arrested in a small beachside village in northern Greece on Tuesday, according to local authorities, following an investigation led by the US Justice Department along with several other federal agencies and task forces. US officials described Vinnik in Justice Department statement as the operator of BTC-E, an exchange used to trade the digital currency Bitcoin since 2011. They allege Vinnik and his firm received more than $4 billion in Bitcoin and did substantial business in the United States without following appropriate protocols to protect against money laundering and other crimes. US authorities also linked him to the failure of MT-Gox, a Japan-based Bitcoin exchange that collapsed in 2014 after being hacked. Vinnik obtained funds from the hacker of MT-Gox and laundered them through BTC-E and TradeHill, another San Francisco-based exchange he owned, they said in a statement. It was not possible to reach Vinnik for comment. Just as new computer technologies continue to change the way we engage each other and experience the world, so too will criminals subvert these new technologies to serve their own nefarious purposes, says the U.S. Attorney for the Northern District of California, where Vinnik was indicted. Greek police describe Vinnik as an internationally sought mastermind of a crime organization. His arrest is the latest in a series of U.S. operations against Russian cybercriminals in Europe. Last week, U.S. Justice Department moved to shut down dark web marketplace Alphabay. The prosecutions also coincide with intensified scrutiny of Russian hackers after U.S. intelligence officials determined that Russia interfered in the 2016 US presidential election using cyber warfare methods to help Donald Trump, something Moscow denies.
Oh,
Not-
yes, they
Not
deny it.
true, comrade.
Never, nein. Oh, it's German. Now, what was I going to ask you?
I never had sex with that guy. I mean,
What was I going to ask you? I was going to ask you a question about. Oh, that's right. Your Ethereum. I saw that there was some guy they hacked into it or something. And
yeah, one of the exchanges, I think. Yeah,
does that affect you in any way?
no,
You don't know.
no, it would probably affect the value
yes.
of other Ethereum to a small extent, but it wouldn't affect mine unless the particular exchange that I use was affected by it.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's good. That's good. Now look, I've got a story here. Look, XP has raised its head again, although it was tried to have been killed off, like dead, buried, and cremated in 2014. It's still out there. It is still out there. I think we did a story on this just not too long ago, but that's here again. The Federal Defense Department recently handed over another $2.8 million to Microsoft to keep its instances of Windows XP supported for a further 2 years to June 2018. So alongside continuing XP support, Defence also recently spent $2.6 million for another year of custom support for SQL Server 2005. And also in the country, we have Victorian Shared Services Agency Cenitex. Is that it? I don't know, it must be. CENITEX recently forked out $2.5 million to extend custom support for Server 2003 for another year. So you just can't believe that they're still operating and why they haven't upgraded. Obviously, because of the cost to upgrade. Okay.
They can't be bothered.
Yeah, well, they can't be bothered. But do you think really that, say, they've given, say, for Windows XP support, it's $1.4 million a year to Microsoft? Do you think that would be, would Microsoft, how many people would they have working on XP still? Like, would it cover their wages? Is it more than cover their wages? Is Microsoft taking the piss, or what are they doing? They just really sick of XP? They'll just charge anything just to get rid of people?
Probably, I would.
Yeah.
It's a sensible thing to do.
Yeah, you see all these. There's you walk through the Microsoft corridors and you go down steps and you keep going down and XP this way, little signs, and they're right at the end of the
texter and crayon and stuff.
Yeah, and at the end of a dark, lonely corridor, there's this little guy on a school desk
in a toilet. A locked toilet with "Beware of the leopard" written on the door,
and he's just in there tapping away at his XP. XP's the best. XP's the best.
Yep. Well, if they could, they would just disable all XP, which would be a possibility. But the problem is, it's like running on a lot of like medical devices and things like this. The people are just not going to upgrade. They can't afford it. Government's not going to give them money to make their machine work on any other operating system. So it's like, well, we just have to stick with this and do what we can.
Yeah, I know. If I don't see too many XP machines myself out there in the wild, but I have come across a couple, and depending on what people want done with them, I just go, that's just too old.
You just shake your head.
Yeah, I just go,
son.
You got to upgrade, Bite
the bullet.
Yeah, she's gone. She's gone.
Have a wake.
Say goodbye to XP. What did XP stand for, do you reckon?
Experience.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Microsoft said.
Yeah, back in the day of when Balmer was still. Did I tell you I wanted to get a a soundboard of Steve Ballmer quotes or sayings.
Oh, okay.
And I want to do like things like when there's a silly story or something, well, I'll play a Steve Ballmer soundbite. That's where
Developers.
that's the one. Or when
The
he's
iPhone is just a dream. No one's going to buy that stupid thing. Lol.
yeah, stuff like that would be so funny. I don't know where I don't know where I'm going to get the sound bites from, but I'll have a look around, see how we go.
They'll be out there.
Yeah. Did you have any more, Jace, in your little stash?
Apple has been ordered to
yes.
feed a recognized patent troll hundreds of millions of dollars for
Oh.
infringing on a patent that has to do with technology built into its A series mobile processors. Initially, Apple was on the hook for 234 million, owed to the University of Wisconsin-Madison Alumni Research Foundation after it won a patent dispute against the Cupertino giant. However, a judge this week more than doubled the fine by tacking an additional $272 million on. US District Judge William Conley in Madison ruled that Apple owed additional damages plus interest because it continued to infringe on the patent all the way up until it expired in 2016. WARF is reportedly a non-practicing entity that exists only currently by defending the patents in litigation. A lawsuit filed in 2014 involves US patent number 5,871,752, which describes the use of a predictor circuit that can help processors run more efficiently. WARF claimed technology was used in Apple's A7, A8, and A8X processors that power the iPhone 5S, iPhone 6, iPhone 6 Plus, and various iterations of the iPad. Apple is not commenting on the matter, though it's been reported Apple plans to fight the appeal and appeal the ruling.
Well, I'm sure they would want to try and appeal that ruling.
Yes.
That's a lot of coin, a lot of money.
Oh, this is a quick but very sad one. For a select group of individuals, Google has enabled autoplay videos in search. Really, Google?
Jeez.
Really?
Oh, that's
Somebody needs a punch in the face.
yeah. I know. Like I was just showing everyone when you were talking. I think the story before about the Rusky, and it was on the news.com. So I was showing the web page up there, and yeah, they're all autoplay videos.
Yeah.
It's just
They think they can say to advertisers, look, this many people watched the video because it played for them. It's like
yeah.
how many people stopped it immediately that it started playing
Yes.
or closed that page or started screaming at their computer.
Yeah. So is it going to get to a stage where we're just going to have the mute on all the time? Or...
Well, I think the new Safari is supposed to disable that by default.
Oh, okay, yeah, that'd be handy because I know when that video auto played just before, I just muted the tab straight away.
At least they now highlight with a little speaker on the top of the tab to tell you which one is
Mm. Do you,
annoying you the most.
do you go like when I don't know about you, but sometimes you have, I don't know, you could have 15 tabs open, or across Firefox, Chrome, and whatever, and
Yeah.
you hear this rogue video playing, and you
Yeah.
just go, where the hell is that coming from? You're looking at all
Which
the tabs.
bastard
Yeah.
done that?
That's right.
I hate you.
And you're looking at all the tabs going, where's the little speaker? Where's the speaker? And sometimes you can find it and sometimes you can't.
Especially when you're doing a podcast and you're like, I'll just look something up that I can say to Glenn because it'll be really relevant to this. What the hell is
Yeah.
that? Shut up.
That's right. And,
Luckily, I'm not sending the audio from my computer to him because it would be driving people crazy. But sometimes I open up a few tabs ready for, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, wonder why Glenn is playing that music from his computer. It's very annoying. Oh, it's my computer that's playing that.
yeah, these are. No, I don't know why they want to do that because isn't that website design 101 is don't have auto play audio
Auto play anything.
or
Yeah, well, you
flashing
do.
text.
When Netscape came out, auto playing WAV files, and everyone used to hate that.
Jeez.
And even some of them you couldn't find the control because it doesn't have it on the thing up there. And then suddenly, yes, let's do it to video and everything as well. Use up people's bandwidth because there's a lot of people who still got very limited data quota on their wireless networking or even cheap NBN or whatever they've got.
Yeah.
And it's like that. All of that just uses it up.
Well, it sure does. That's right. It's just annoying and it's wasting your money, isn't it?
Yep.
Look, there is something interesting if you're into this space and NASA and all this sort of stuff. The International Space Station has been added to the Google Maps. You can go look. I'll try and get this up. There's links in the show notes. So while this is coming up, you can see the show notes at aussietechheads.com.au/podcast, and on the website, you can subscribe to our notification list or something. Once you subscribe, when the show notes are posted, you get a little message down the bottom of your screen going, "Oh, show notes are posted," and when the audio's posted, you get a little message down on the bottom going, "Oh, audio's posted," and all that sort of stuff. So the
Lucky they don't have smell-o-vision yet, isn't it, Glenn?
Very lucky, yes, especially after teas.
Curry.
Oh, Vindaloo.
Yeah.
Now the Node 3 Tranquility provides life support for the International Space Station. Part of Tranquility is ESA's... Why are these hard words? Part of Tranquility is ESA's Cupola Observation Module, a 7-window dome-shaped structure from where the space station's robotic arm, Canadarm2, is operated, as it offers a panoramic view of spacecraft and Earth. So launched on Space Shuttle flight STS-130 in February 2010, Node 3 was attached to the port side of Node 1 Unity. Now, the Google Space Station, the Google Maps or Street View or wherever it is right here. Now, if I can get this up on the screen, I know you can't see, Jace, but just believe me.
Yeah.
And you can turn around, and go through doors. There's a little arrow to go through that little door there, and that's quite good. It's just like Street View, but you're on the space station.
Yeah.
And they got a picture of a laptop, and they got a little play button over the top. So I guess if I push play, I guess that's gonna do something. And looks like it is. It's gonna play video. How good's that? There you go.
Cool.
Now I'll pause that. Get back to the. Oh, it's a video of a lady astronaut. Now how do I close that? There we go. But you can even drag it around. You don't have to use the arrows. Drag it with the mouse. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So go and have a look at that. What else can I tell you about it? It's where am I? Where else can I tell you about it? Astronauts help capture 360-degree panoramas on the inside of the ISS modules, as well as views down to Earth below. Some of the photography features pop-up text descriptions, marking the first time such annotations have appeared in the Maps platform. So, yeah, look, things are starting to get added. I think the Great Barrier Reef, was also added to the Google Maps. I think there's a few other,
Well, that'd be an easy one. You just have a white page.
It's bleached.
This used to be our lovely, colourful barrier reef, but now it's all white. Don't worry, it's all white.
It'll be back. It'll come back.
50 million years, you watch.
Give or take. All right. So, as I said before, not much really going on this week. Did you have any more, Jace?
Well, the UK is joining the list of countries which are making a commitment towards diesel and petrol-free vehicles. Other countries might be more progressive with such a ban, example, the Netherlands by 2025, but at least it's a step in the right direction. However, if new bans are put forward at such a high rate as now, in 2040, the UK may be the only Western country where petrol-fueled cars are still on the road. Tesla, at least, will be happy about this ban, especially now with their Model 3, but these bans will inspire other car makers as well to invest more in EV. Maybe not such a bad idea after all. Oil will run dry one day, but the sun will always shine.
Well, yes. Well, no, not every day. One day the sun will blow up.
Yep.
But, I'm sure the oil will run out before the sun blows up.
Yeah, they're not making any more new oils these days.
No, it would be hard to imagine a world without cars, wouldn't it? Or petrol. Cars. You would hope that you'd still be able to get a bit of petrol just to,
just wait till they're all autonomous electric cars.
Yeah, well, what about what's going to happen to all the V8s and everything, and drag racing and all this sort of stuff and the sound of the cars.
Someone's going to have to create a conversion kit that you can install in your current car of some sort, right? That would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be
You
good.
need some mega awesome batteries because, like, with the Tesla, the whole floor and all along in the back and everything is just all batteries.
Yeah,
I don't know
yes.
what you can take out of your V8 to take out your subbies. Then how you going to listen to your music, right?
Yeah, you could take out
Take out the O2.
take out the back seat,
Yeah,
stick something in there. Yeah, I don't know, but it'd be funny, wouldn't it? Be funny a world without cars or
yeah,
petrol cars anyway. So,
yeah,
but yeah, you just can't. Oh, you can't imagine it. But anyway, oh well, that's where it's all going, isn't it?
yep.
Well, I think that might do us, Jace.
Sounds good.
Yeah, there wasn't too much going on this week, and yeah, so that's it.
Pretty quiet one, but
Yeah, exciting. I know,
yep.
but we thought we'd still.
It's better to have some of us than none of us.
Yeah, well, that's right. It's best to know what's going. The important stuff we've covered anyway, and
Yep.
the most important was that Paint hasn't died. It is just another download. It's now what's that other one that I used to download all the time? Was that Windows Live Essentials? That's died. I don't think you can
Yep.
download that anymore. Uh,
I loved Paint Shop Pro before that was
oh,
purchased
Paint
and
Shop. That was an
ruined
Apple.
by Corel.
Yeah, I remember Paint Shop on the Apple too.
Yeah,
I think
but Paint.net is really brilliant. It's like MS Paint, but it's got plugins and stuff to do cool special effects and things. It's all free. You can donate if you really like it. The authors would really love that. But yeah, download it. It's free. You can do all of your screen capturing, circling things, and
Hmm.
photo editing, whatever you like.
Yeah, cool. All right. What else have I got to tell you before we go? Probably not much. I think I've done everything. Yeah, I've done the. Oh, you can get us on the Twitter. I said, yeah, twitter.com/Aussie Tech Ads. Email us, Glenn or Warlock, Waulok at aussietechheads.com.au. And yeah, hear us on the Aussie Tech Radio. New shows added every Friday. So every second Friday seems to be a bit of seems to be a bumper week because I think there's a few shows that do fortnightly episodes.
Right.
And yeah, so so this week the one coming is a bit of a bumper. The Aussie Tech Security, yes, that's had latest episodes out. That's back on with Series 3, as we like to call it. Because we had a little bit of a break because we all were busy, so
Yeah.
we're back with Series 3, and yeah, good stuff. All right, Jace. Well, you get well,
Will do.
and I hope you're sounding a lot better and feeling a lot better next week.
Me too.
When we see you. All right.
And you have a good week as well.
All right. Thank you, and I hope everyone out there does as well. So until next week, it's bye for now. Bye bye.